because lots of parts on a Skidoo 460 engine aren't good anymore, like the cylinder, this one has too much rust on the board to save. I have gone out and gotten 2 new cylinders from my boss, Ron. Thank you, Ron. I really appreciate it. These ones are in much better condition than the one that the engine originally had. There is still some rust on the inside of the bore, but I think we'll be able to take it out with a hone. Instead of running this twin pipe system that this one originally had, I've also gone for a wide pipe, simply because I can't afford to buy 2 pipes. Wide pipes are much cheaper to run a single exhaust than have 2. Not as much power, but I can't afford that. Also, I got 2 new carburetors. They are in not great condition. This one sounds like a Maraca. So we're gonna be diving into those today's video. All right. Is this not a spring in it? I don't know what it does. So what is bouncing around in there? Great. That was making all that noise. I was expecting a lot more than that to just fall out, but I got my other bolt. Just got these 2 carburetors done with the vapor blasting machine. I'm really happy with the final results. They look brand new. They're shiny all over. Very consistent finish. Up and coming are going to be these 2 jugs. I'm going to get the insides honed to take all the corrosion that's in the cylinders out. Going to make the outsides look brand new, getting them prepped and ready to be rebuilt for the motor. Also, the wide pipe. This thing has moss growing on the inside of it, and it needs to be taken out so it doesn't go through my exhaust. This rotor plate, garbage. The maintenance system, this is garbage as well. The old oil injection systems aren't the most reliable things, and I don't trust it. I don't want it to blow up my new motor, so we're getting rid of that. It's been a few days since the last time we recorded, and I picked up this 1976 Skidoo RV340. This thing has lots of wear and tear in it, but we're going to start tearing into this thing. I'm going to talk about what needs, what we're going to do to it. Stay tuned to find out. Alright, the first thing that your eyes see when looking at this sled, because everything else is garbage, is this seat. This seat is in really good shape, and I'm really happy that the guy actually came with this. I'm going to save a few $100 on this end. If you look under the tunnel, there is very little corrosion on the aluminum, especially in the back half. These have a tendency to rot out and these oval out. All of it's solid and in good shape, which I'm very happy about. We're going to polish the tunnel, so that's good. Brand new seat. Now moving from the back to the front of the sled, we can see the hood is not in good shape. I'm going to be replacing this for a Snow Pro hood, which gets rid of the light and the windshield. It's all smooth. I'm going to have a couple pictures in it on my Instagram. So go check it out. So in the engine bay, there is no motor. The engines that originally came on these sleds weren't very reliable. They made terrible horsepower. So we're putting a liquid cooled 460 in, which is going to make this thing a rocket ship. So to do that, we've got to change all this front end. We're going to put a new motor plate in, change the clutching. We're going to put a jack shaft on the side, which I'll get more into later. So first off, we're going to talk about this bulkhead here. So this one is cracked through at the front here where the that's the right spindle is. So we're going to be replacing that. All these tie rods, we're going to be making new aluminum tie rods on the lathe. New spindles because someone welded this one on. It bent really bad here. This one's welded here. Not very good welding job. Changing the steering here. We're going to put a new steering shaft in because we need to make room for our liquid cool canister. New clutches are going to be going in. I'm going to do custom CNC clutch guards, custom dashboard here. We're going to get a new gas tank because this one is trash, as you can see. Gas tank. Take it out. Same with the structure of the sled's also really good up here, which I'm very happy about. All this is good. It just needs to be repainted. So that's about most of the sled. Oh, and suspension. We're gonna be redoing suspension on this sled. I got new wheels over there, which I'm gonna get into later. But you can see it's blown out, as well as the front one. Someone put this one on upside down for some reason, but they are just blown out, both of them. So we're gonna be getting new skis, new aluminum skis, make this thing a circle track. It's gonna be really fast. I can't wait to get into it. Is there oil in this chain case? That's, I'm saying no. Or if there is, it's all metal shavings at the bottom. I had to put this rag down there because the fiberglass along the edge of the belly pan is broken and it was giving me slivers. I didn't realize at the time until I started feeling it in my arms. All right, ready to come off, I believe. It is. Is there another one? Nope. Oh, it's all full of rust. Oh, it's all dripping at the bottom. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's fiberglass. Oh, it's all water. That is beautiful. That is just amazing. I was wrong. I thought there'd be either oil in there, but it was gray, or it was going to be no oil. But it was water, to my surprise. Here's the first one. All this stuff in the chain case looks new. Surprisingly, it looks very, very good. Except for the lower half of the chain case, it's all rusted out. So that may actually be seized in there still. Can I get this out of there at least? And now it's coming off. Here comes our chain. W4 down here. Let's save it still. See, all these bearings look new on the inside. Like all these ones, these roller bearings. This just pop out of there easily. It's locked. Oh, there it goes. So that one looks brand new. You can see by the rollers they're clean. And it does feel like it has been ran. And there is oil in it, which is good. It's not all water. That thing put up a good fight. So I got the suspension pulled out of the Skidoo RV. It is pretty hammered. It has these really old studs in it, like a cloth thing. Not very good. But you can see, packed full of dirt. All the bearings are no good. Everything's seized. These older Skidoos aren't very generous with their ground clearance, so they got about 3 to 4 inches at the back of the belly pan. I had to put the thing up on jack stands just to be able to get the rivets out and to take the bulkhead off the front of the chassis. So I've taken all the rivets out of the bottom of the belly pan. Now it should only be 3 left holding the entire front section of the sled on. And the battery's dead. With just my luck, there's one rivet. I don't know if you guys can see it back there. There's one rivet at the front of the bulkhead that's holding the entire front of the sled on. Now, I couldn't see before because the belly pan and everything was all lined up. So now I don't know what to do. If I gotta grind that ski off, which I was gonna have to do eventually. But, oh, this sucks. So now I gotta figure out if I wanna try and grind the back of the rivet off, or if I just wanna grind the entire spindle out right now. I was really trying not to do that in here. I wanna try and do it outside, but it looks like maybe Has to be done in here, which really sucks. Hour and a half later, and I still can't get this out. I cut it with the grinder, I've hit it with an air hammer, I've done everything to it, and it still won't come out because all the burrs around the edges aren't letting the channels go through each other, and it's probably just seized really bad. So I'm gonna come back tomorrow, do a fresh cut on that, hit with the air hammer, and hopefully it comes out. That's all I got for today's video, guys. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. It really helps me out. Next video is either gonna be the chassis and jack shafting stuff, or the suspension being rebuilt. I got lots of machines doing that. Really excited to get into that. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.